We're facing a problem where our model isn't complex enough to capture the data's patterns, leading to a high bias. Think of it like trying to fit a straight line through a curvy road. It just won't work. We need to make our model more flexible. This would make the model even smoother, making the problem worse. Imagine stretching the straight line. It'll be even farther from the curvy road. This is incorrect. This will let the model capture more of the data's rapid oscillations, making it more flexible. Like using a curvy line instead of a straight one. This is correct. It'll help us to fit the data better. This will increase the model's overall flexibility, giving it more power to fit the data. It's like giving the model more tools to fit the data, more adjustments. This is correct. This would make the model even less flexible, worsening the problem. It's like removing tools, making the task harder. This is incorrect. I think increasing the length _ scale parameter would make the model smoother, which would actually worsen the underfitting because it would make the model even less flexible, unable to capture the data's details. It's like trying to fit a straight line to a curvy path. It won't capture the curves. Definitely not a good idea here. I would say, decreasing the length _ scale parameter makes the model more flexible, allowing it to capture more of the data's periodic oscillations. It's like using a more detailed map with more curves to better trace a curvy road. That will help a lot with the underfitting. This is a great choice. I believe that increasing the gamma parameter would increase the model's amplitude, giving it more freedom to fit variations in the data. It's similar to increasing the volume of your model's ability to respond to changes, allowing it to better fit a noisy dataset. That should improve the fit. This improves the model's capability. I feel that decreasing the gamma parameter would reduce the model's amplitude and flexibility, making the underfitting even worse. It's like turning down the volume and reducing the model's response, making it even less sensitive to the data. This would limit the model's capability. This would make things worse. The model is too simple and doesn't capture the data's complexity. Think of it like trying to fit a straight line through a curvy road. You'll miss a lot. We need to make the model more flexible. This will make the model even smoother, making the underfitting problem worse. Imagine making the line even straighter. It won't capture the data's details. This will let the model capture more oscillations. Think of adding more wiggles to the line. It'll improve the fit because we want more flexibility. This increases the model's amplitude, the height of the wiggles. A bigger amplitude means the model can capture bigger variations in the data. This adds to the flexibility. This makes the model less flexible. The wiggles become smaller, worsening underfitting. It's like making the line less curvy. We'll miss more data details. We're dealing with a model that's too simple. It underfits the data, meaning it doesn't capture the data's complexities. This is indicated by high bias. Think of it like trying to fit a straight line through a curvy dataset. You'll miss lots of the data's variations. This parameter dictates the length of a cycle in the periodic data. A larger lengthscale makes the model smoother with longer periods. A smaller value creates shorter, more frequent oscillations. Think of a sine wave. Lengthscale affects how stretched out the wave is. This parameter controls the height, or amplitude, of the model's output. A larger gamma allows for greater variations, a taller, more dramatic model output. Smaller values constrain the amplitude, giving you a flatter, less flexible result. Imagine stretching or shrinking the height of that sine wave. To improve the model, I'm going to adjust the parameters of the kernel, this component of the Gaussian process regression that describes how related different data points are. These parameters, lengthscale and gamma, belong to a specific kernel, the ExpSineSquared kernel, which is designed for periodic data that repeats in a cyclical pattern. One of the options to fix underfitting is to decrease the lengthscale parameter. This will make the model more sensitive to smaller changes in the data, potentially making it more accurate. Similarly, increasing the gamma parameter will increase the model's flexibility and allow it to better fit the data's variability. Conversely, decreasing the gamma parameter will make the model less flexible, worsening the underfitting, which is something I want to avoid. The goal is to find which parameter adjustments will help the model to better fit the data, reducing the underfitting. We're dealing with a model that's too simple to accurately capture the data's complexity. This is called underfitting, and it shows up as a high bias, meaning the model's predictions consistently miss the mark. Increasing lengthscale makes the model smoother. This makes the model even less flexible, worsening underfitting. It's like trying to fit a straight line through a curvy dataset. Increasing GAMMA gives the model more flexibility by increasing the amplitude. Think of it as increasing the range of movement. That's what we want to reduce the bias from our underfitting model. We need to adjust the parameters of the ExpSineSquared kernel to improve the fit. This kernel is a function that measures the similarity between data points, taking into account periodicity. Decreasing GAMMA reduces the model's flexibility, making it even worse at capturing the data's patterns. It's like making the model even more rigid and unable to capture variations in the data. The model is too simple, it's missing important features of the data, resulting in a large error. Think of it like trying to fit a straight line through a curvy path. You'll miss much of the path's detail. This would make the model even smoother, which would make the underfitting problem worse. It's like trying to fit a really long, straight line through the curvy path. It would be even further from the actual path. This will make the model more flexible and allow it to capture more details. This is the right approach to fix the underfitting. I'm thinking of shortening that long line to better fit the curve of the path. This increases the model's ability to capture variations in the data. This is a good adjustment to deal with the underfitting. I'm increasing the amount the line can wiggle to better follow the curve of the path. This would make the model even less flexible, which would make the underfitting worse. Imagine making the long line even straighter and less flexible. It'd be even further from the actual path. We're dealing with a model that's too simple, missing key features of the data. Think of it like trying to build a Lego castle with only a few small bricks. You can't capture the detail. We need to make it more flexible. This equation describes the ExpSineSquared kernel. I'll break it down. It measures similarity between data points xi and xj. The result depends on how far apart they are in two parameters. Lengthscale controls the period length, and GAMMA affects the overall amplitude or height of the periodic function. To fix underfitting, I need to make the model more sensitive to changes in the data. Reducing lengthscale makes the periodic function oscillate more rapidly, allowing it to better fit complex patterns. Imagine a curvy road. A large lengthscale is like a long, gentle curve, whereas a small lengthscale is like a series of sharp turns, capturing more detail. Increasing GAMMA gives the model more freedom to adjust to the data's amplitude. It's like giving your Lego castle more bricks to work with, allowing you to build higher towers and more intricate designs. It lets the model capture a wider range of variations in the data. This would make the model even smoother, making the underfitting worse. It's like trying to build that Lego castle with even fewer bricks. The result would be even simpler and less detailed. This would restrict the model's flexibility even more, leading to worse underfitting. We'd lose the ability to capture the data's amplitude and variations, much like having too few colorful bricks to build a vibrant Lego castle.